Hello and welcome back, students. In today's lecture, we are going to solve some numerical problems related to third chapter. Okay, so first we will see here some formulas are there related to resistance and resistivity. Okay, so here you can see formula of resistance in terms of resistivity, cross sectional area and length. R equals to rho L upon A. From Ohm's law, V equals to IR. In series, the total resistance Rs is R1 plus R2 plus R3, and the resultant resistance in parallel combination 1 upon Rp equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Then here is Rt equals to R naught 1 plus alpha T minus T naught. This formula you just see once. This topic is not in your course for this year, but remember the formula because in physics anything can come. Every year it is record that some things which are not in syllabus at that particular year can be asked also. Okay, so you just try to remember this formula. Then see the first numerical, which is from NCERT book. A wire of resistance 5 ohm and length 15 meter has a uniform cross section of 6 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter square. What is the resistivity of the material of the wire? So here resistance is given, length is given and cross sectional area is given, and we have to find out resistivity. In this formula you can see all the four terms are there: resistance, resistivity, length and cross sectional area. But this formula is for resistance. If we transport L and A, that is length and cross sectional area, to that side, we can get formula for resistivity, which is this one, rho equals to Ra upon L. By putting all these values and solving, we get this one. Okay, so this is very easy one. Now move to next numerical. This next one is related to ratio. So see the question. Two wires of the same metal have their lengths in the ratio 4:1. Okay, so two wires are there and they are made up of same metal. Why it is written they are made up of same metal? So that you can understand that the resistivity of both the wire is same. Okay, because resistivity is independent of length. So if both the wires are made up of same metal, that means they both have same resistivity, and length is in ratio 4:1 and radii in the ratio is 2:5. Why radii is given? Because resistance depends on cross sectional area, and the formula of cross sectional area is pi r square. So here resistance is radius is required, so that's why radii is also given in the ratio 2:5. If the resistance of the thicker wire be 3 ohm, find the resistance of the other wire. Okay, so here you can see the ratios are 2:5. So thicker wire means this one. Okay, now what is given, that we write first. The ratio of length of two wires L1 upon L2 equals to 4 upon 1, and radii are in ratio R1 upon R2 equals to 2 upon 5, R2 equals to 3. We have to find out R1. See, if we see the length, so suppose first wire's resistance is R1, second wire's resistance is R2. So R1's length is more in comparison with R2, but R2's thickness is more in comparison with R1. And here the value of thicker wire's resistance is given. So that means the value of R2 is given. Okay, because R2 is thicker here, see 5. So R2 equals to 3 ohm, R1 equals to question mark is given there. Now resistance equals to, this is the formula of resistance. In place of A we put pi r square. Then if this is the formula for R, this will be the formula for R1, this will be the formula for R2. Here you see that resistivity in both R1 and R2 is same because it is given that they are made up of same metal, but their length and radius, they are different. So when we divide R2 by R1. So rho will cancel and pi being same will cancel. So we get this one, L2 upon L1 into R1 square upon R2 square. By putting all the values we get 1 upon 25. Okay. So the ratio in the resistances of two wire is 1 upon 25. So if R2 is 1, R1 is 25. Okay. Now when we solve it for R1, so R1 equals to 25 into R2, that is 25 into 3, that is 75 ohm. Okay. This one is very easy example. See, it is from NCERT book. Three resistors of 1 ohm, 2 ohm and 3 ohm are connected in series across a battery of EMF 12 volt and negligible internal resistance. Okay, and we have to find total resistance of the combination and potential drop across each resistor. So for total resistance in series, what is the formula? Simply algebraic sum of all the individual resistance. R1, R2, R3. So here 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6 ohm. Then current flowing through the combination I equals to E upon R. This is from Ohm's law. So total current flowing through the circuit is 12 upon 6, that is 2 ampere. So total resistance of the circuit is 6 ohm. Total current in the circuit is 2 ampere. Now we will see that what is the voltage drop across each resistor. Okay, individual resistors. So voltage V equals to I into R from Ohm's law. So for V1, that is for first resistor, it will be IR1, for second it will be IR2, for third it will be IR3. So when we put the formula, I is 2 ampere and R1, R2 and R3, this is 1, 2 and 3. So by solving this we get 2 volt, 4 volt and 6 volt. So here we have seen how to find out the individual potential drop, and to find it out we first have to know the value of current. So whenever any question come to find out the total resistance, you can find out like this, and if it is in parallel then you can use parallel one formula. And if it is asked that find out the potential drop across the resistors, then first you have to find out the value of current in the circuit, then only you can find out the individual voltage drops or potential differences. Okay. Now move to next question. A heating element connected to 30 volt DC supply draws a current of 10 ampere. How much electric power is supplied to the element? How much heat is produced per second? So what values are given? Voltage is given and current is given. And what we have to find out? Power and heat. Okay. So first we write given value V and I. Then what is formula for power? It is V into I. So 30 into 10, that is 300 watt. Then we have to find out heat produced per second. So heat produced per second, H equals to V I upon J, where the value of J is given here. Okay. So when we put the value, this we get. Then second one, here you can see a heating element is marked 210 volt and 630 watt. That is voltage and power is given. What is the current drawn by the element when connected to a 210 volt DC mains? What is the resistance of the element? So see, V and P is given. So this formula P equals to V into I. So I equals to P upon V. I equals to P upon V. By putting the value we get the value of current. Then resistance R equals to V square upon P. Okay. These formulas we get from putting the value of I in the formula of power. Okay. So here you see P equals to V upon I. By putting the formula of I from Ohm's law, in place of I we put V upon R. So P equals to V square upon R, or R equals to V square upon P. So this formula we used here. R equals to V square upon P. By putting the value of V and P, we get the value of R as well. Okay. Then next one. How much charge flows through a 250 volt 1000 watt heater in 1 minute? So here the amount of charge is asked. The formula for charge is I into T. T is given 1 minute, but I is not given. So with the help of voltage and power, we first find out the value of I, that is current. I equals to P upon V. By putting this, we get 4 ampere is the current. Okay. Now 1 minute is given. So in SI unit, when we change 1 minute, it will be 60 second. So amount of Q equals to I into T, that is 4 into 60 to 240 coulomb. This is the these are the charges which will flow in 1 minute from the device whose voltage is 250 volt and power is 1000 watt. So this is it for part 1. We will meet in part 2 of today's lecture.